was terrible. It's just the worst. Yeah, we obviously wanted to finish phase one of our season here better than 2 and 3, and it played here or played there, and that would have been the case. So everybody's hurting. We'll use a few days off for the guys to heal up and get ready for this next phase. And that was a lot of the messaging in the locker room, a lot of the conversation. We have not a photographic memory, but players were ready to play. They were excited to play. They weren't overcome by it. First quarter, we moved the ball. Defense played stout defense. And then Greg made a play. He's a spectacular player. And had a pass, and it's like they just almost just kind of let the rope, just got very frustrated in a destructive way, just in terms of performance in the back end. And too many passes. And it's been a problem, and it's kind of an anomaly in terms of over time. It's just not what we do. And the players are really talented, and they're good guys, and they try hard, and they get ready. And it's kind of spiraled a little bit into it's almost like now it's too soft. There's not enough on body coverage. Too many 10, 12, 15-yard chunks. So we've got to shore that up, and we will, and they will. They played hard the whole game. Nobody did not play hard. And I'm going to see it. They were contact tough. They played hard. They gave great effort. Not enough execution to finish drives with points. And way too many explosive play passes. Okay.
You guys have been pretty good about not committing penalties in the second or third of the nation. Fewest. Do you think that helped fuel the little run there, the personal foul, and then maybe that fires them up, and then there's an extra 15, extra 15?
Yeah, of course. It's just one of these games where the guys are trying so hard, and it's so intense, and the passion is so palpable that you need to maintain your cool. You can't get frustrated out there. You can't get frustrated on defense in particular. Every time you get frustrated and you don't do your job, points are produced. And that was definitely a part of the game tonight. Definitely.
The amount of time Ward spends with the ball and the number of players he's able to avoid, the extra time receivers have, how much does that play into the deep passes?
A lot. Yeah. It's very, very hard. Very hard to defend, very hard to deal with. He's an absolute weapon. And you have to make a choice in that play. You have to make a choice. And the choice always has to be to stay in coverage. You gotta let a player like that kind of run around and let him do his thing. If he's going to tuck it and run, he's going to tuck it and run. And you can see what a problem that is. We got guys leveraged and in position to make the tackle and had trouble with it. As every team has.
They score, you guys go 3-0, they come back out and score. What was that second quarter like? Just almost, that your defense really didn't have a chance to breathe. They're back out there, and Ward seems like you do whatever he needed.
No, I got you. You're exactly right. And that was just a disastrous quarter. We couldn't move the ball. We had trouble on defense. The guys were super frustrated. And mostly just because there's so much so passionate about the game and so intense and so wanting to do well that when you don't and you've poured everything into it, it doesn't, it doesn't help the next play. And we don't want to change that. We don't want to change that mentality. We just need to just keep coaching and getting better and do a better job of coaching and teaching the guys, because they show up ready to work. They show up excited to work and learn. And we need to find a way to reach them as it relates to this persistent explosive plays in the passing game, and continue to find ways to reach them on offense. There's some good things happening on offense. We're getting closer to finishing some real explosive plays. I thought that the plan that they had tonight was a good one initially, and it really looked like it was creating a problem, and then just the drive stalled, and a couple of balls that were over the top and really had an opportunity to produce points weren't connected.
It's 2 weeks in a row that's happened on your offense. Is it just over anxiousness, you think, or what? I mean, no holding might, or another receiver's open and the ball's just 1 yard too far, or either underthrown or usually overthrown. Is that just you think Brian's just trying so hard to make that one play?
Yeah, I don't until we look at the play and mechanically talk about and coach, leverage, body weight distribution, foot action. It's hard to. But we're going to look at each play and coach the mistakes.
Coach, going off offense, can you talk a little bit about the production that Noel Thomas showed out there on the field today?
Yeah, Noel is an outstanding player, and he's hard for anyone to cover, and he's an aggressive to the ball guy, and he really has got an ability to make people miss and break tackles. He runs hard when he's got the ball, and he's a real weapon. And he could, and like I said, we left a lot of production on the field out there for him. Even based on what he produced, there was still a lot more out there for him. So we've got to just keep finding ways to get him the football and put him in those positions. And right now, as a program, we're resolute, the players and coaches, to taking this first phase of the season and collecting the information, the good and the bad, and using it to get better as a staff and as players for this next phase. And it really sets up great. So the players are going to rest for a few days, and then it's Cincinnati. And we're on to, right in a row, our Eastern Conference teams. Right, stacked up right week to week. So there's no reason why we can't become the team that we see ourselves being. There's no reason why we can't be extremely competitive in our conference on our half and see what happens. All we got to do is correct the mistakes and do a better job of coaching and teaching.
You've been really pleased with the way your guys have come back to work after two really heartbreaking losses. This one's a little different than that's lopsided. Is that any more of a challenge, do you think, to, like you said, remain resolute, to have them upbeat and optimistic as they return to work after a couple of days off?
To say no, I think is probably not fair. I don't think that's probably accurate. But I would say it's not about the style of losing. I'd say losing hurts. It makes you question, are you doing the right thing? It makes you question, it makes you think about all the little things and the monster under your bed that's hiding there and the boogeyman in the closet grows, and it's important, and our culture is super strong, and our family's super strong. So I don't anticipate, the guys not coming back resolute and excited for phase 2 for Cincinnati week. But to say that losing and collectively, collecting a few of them here is incredibly, painful. It's just not fair to say that that's probably not true. But crack, no. This team's not cracked. The culture's not cracked. The coaches aren't cracked. Me personally, I'm never gonna change. Other than try to get better, but I'm not gonna stop loving the players with all my heart and all my soul, and I'm not gonna ever stop teaching them football as I see it.